press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, so welcome to the discussion on the NEET and G test. Fifth, first question number 46 is complete the given reaction. So 2mn plus 2 plus 5 1 plus 8H2O will give rise to so 2 ಇಲ್ಲಿ second one ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. 2 second one plus 10 third one plus 4H plus. So what is the first one, second one and third one? So look at the given options. So first one, this is the manganese. So manganese in plus 2 state. So which reacts with ನೋಡಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗನೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಾಂಗನೇಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Mn plus 2 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. Mn plus 2 reacts with 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗನೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗನೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ 1 ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ 1 ಈಸ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 1 ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ 1 ಈಸ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು H2O8 ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಪರ್ಮಾಂಗನೇಟ್ 1 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, MnO4 ಮೈನಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 2. ಇದು MnO4 ಮೈನಸ್ 2 ಆದ್ರೆ MnO4 ಮೈನಸ್ 2 ಆದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ H2O8 ಮೈನಸ್ 2. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 sulfur, here 10 into 2 20 sulfur, that is why first option is wrong. Clear? Then second one ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, in the second one H2O8 is given, ಥಯೋಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪರ್ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪರ್ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ H2O8 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೇಸ್ ದ ಗಿವನ್ ಈಸ್ ಪರ್ಮಾಂಗನೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ MnO4 minus 2 permanganate, MnO4 not minus 2 minus 1, and so here 5 into 2 10 sulfur. So here third one is sulfate, 10 moles ಇದೆ, 10 sulfur. So here 5 sulfur. Your option is second one. This is correct. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ thiosulfate converted into sulfate. Clear? So 5 moles of thiosulfates converted into 10 moles of sulfates. Clear? So hence your answer is second one. So second option is right for question for the given question. Second one is right. Next question. Next question is arrange the oxides of manganese according to the increasing acidic strength. According to the increasing acidic strength. So here oxidation state of the oxygen atom goes on increases. So as the oxidation state increases, acidic strength also increases. So as the oxidation state increases, acidic strength also increases. increases. So your option is MnO. In MnO, oxidation state is +2. In Mn3O4, in Mn3O4, oxidation state is 8/3. So here +2, here 8/3. 8/3 means 2 point something. Then in Mn2O3, so here oxidation state is +3. So here +8/2, +2. The third one, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ first option ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. The third one, MnO2. So in manganese dioxide, oxidation state is +4. Clear? Then in the last one, Mn2O7, so oxidation state is +7. So therefore, as the oxidation state of manganese goes on increases, the acidic strength also increases. For this reason, so for the question number 47, your option is first one. Option 1 is the correct answer. Next question. Clear? So 47 ga first option is right. Next question. Next question. Which of the following reactions involved in the preparation of potassium dichromate from chromite ore? So in the extraction of potassium dichromate from chromite ore, that involves 3 steps. So first step is given. First step is the chromite ore is roasted with soda ash to form sodium chromate. First equation is right. So FeCr2O4, it is roasted to form Na2CrO4. So this is the roasting process. Clear? So therefore the first one is right. Second one, sodium chromate. This sodium chromate is treated with an acid to form sodium dichromate, Na2Cr2O7. So therefore the second one is also correct. In the third one, sodium dichromate is treated with a saturated solution of potassium chloride. Sodium dichromate is also converted into K2Cr2O7, potassium dichromate. Clear? So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ chromite ore, roasted sodium chromate in acid medium, sodium dichromate to potassium dichromate. Hence your option is fourth option. So in the fourth option, so first one, second one, third one, so all are correct. Clear? So for the question number 48, so option fourth one is right. Next question. What happens when potassium iodide reacts with acidic solution of potassium dichromate? We know that potassium dichromate is an oxidizing agent. Clear? Potassium dichromate is an oxidizing agent. K2Cr2O7 in the presence of an acid medium, H2SO4, that reacts with potassium iodide to form. So here iodide is oxidized by dichromate to form iodine, and at the same time dichromate is converted into Cr2SO4 thrice chromic sulfate, and along with the formation of potassium sulfate, K2SO4, then so chromic sulfate, potassium sulfate, along with the formation of H2O, then I2. So therefore, acidified dichromate that oxidizes potassium iodide, so iodide to iodine. Potassium iodide to iodine. And also in this reaction, so iodine is liberated. First option, iodine is liberated. That is correct. Second option, chromic sulfate is formed. That is also correct. Third one, potassium sulfate is formed. That is also correct. So your option is fourth one. So fourth option is right for question number 49. Clear? Next question. So now observe madre. Select 49 ge fourth option. Next question. Number of moles of potassium permanganate that are needed to react with 1 mole of ferrous oxalate. 1 mole of ferrous oxalate in acid medium. So potassium permanganate, number of moles of 1 mole ferrous oxalate, FeC2O4, 1 mole ferrous oxalate that requires how many moles of KMnO4 ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ in acid medium. In acid medium. Clear? So how many number of moles of permanganate that will be needed to react with 1 mole of oxalate. So in this reaction, ferrous ion is oxidized to ferric ion by the loss of 1 electron. By the loss of 1 electron. Then oxalate ion C2O4 minus 2 that is converted into CO2 and 2 electrons. 2 electrons. So totally 3 electrons are lost from ferrous oxalate. Ferrous oxalate. But dichromate, so look at the Cr2O7 minus 2. Dichromate in acid medium, H plus, the gains electrons converted into 2Cr plus 3 plus 7s2. So how many number of electrons required? ಎಷ್ಟು electrons ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ number of electrons required ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? So 14H plus ಅಂದ್ರೆ 6 electrons required. 6 electrons required. But change in the oxidation number ಇಲ್ಲಿ plus 6 to plus 3 for 1 chromium. For 2 chromium 6 electrons. 6 electrons ಬೇಕು. But ಇಲ್ಲೆಷ್ಟು 1 electron. ಇಲ್ಲೆಷ್ಟು 2 electrons. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಫೆರಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲೇಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಸಲೇಟ್ ಇಂದ 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು 6 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಲೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ C2O4 minus 2 to form 2CO2 plus 2 electrons. 6 electrons it is multiplied by 3. Under 3 moles oxalate ion required. 3 moles oxalate ion required. Oh, sorry. So that is for not for the dichromate. So for permanganate. So not the dichromate, permanganate. So permanganate MnO4 minus plus 8H plus 5 electrons converted into Mn plus 2 plus 4H2. So 5 electrons required. So here only 2 electrons. So here 2 electrons. Oxalate ion, ferrous oxalate. Oxalic acid or oxalate ion that is converted into 2CO2 and 2 electrons. Still 2 electrons. It is multiplied by 5. Multiplied by 5. 5 into 2, 10. This is multiplied by 2. 2 into 5, 10. So therefore in this case, so 5 mole C2O4 minus 2. And for permanganate is 2 moles MnO4 minus. This is for the oxidation of oxalate ion. So for, say ಇದು ಒಂದು case ಆಗಿದೆ. So for ferrous ion, so Fe plus 2 converted into Fe plus 3 plus 1 electron. Same permanganate MnO4 minus plus 8H plus 5 electrons converted into Mn plus 2 plus 4H2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ observe ಮಾಡಿ. So this is multiplied by 5. 5 electrons, 5 electrons. Clear? 1 mole permanganate, MnO4 minus 1 mole, 5 mole Fe plus 2. So totally 5 mole oxalate, 5 mole Fe plus 2. So 5 moles of FeC2O4 that reacts with here 1 mole, here 2 moles. So 2 moles and 1 moles. Totally 3 moles MnO4 minus. Your question is number of moles of permanganate required to react with 1 mole oxalate. So 5 mole oxalate requires 3 moles. 1 mole oxalate requires. Therefore, for 1 mole oxalate, so 3 divided by 5. 3 by 5 moles of permanganate. Clear? So this is very important. So because we know that both ferrous ion and oxalate ion are oxidized by permanganate. ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. Both oxalate and ferrous ion. ಎರಡು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ so 5 moles of ferrous oxalate that requires 3 moles of permanganate. Therefore 1 mole of oxalate requires 3 by 5 moles of permanganate. Clear? So your answer is first option. So for the question number 50, first option is correct. Clear? ನೋಡಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ 3 by 5. So first option 3 by 5 is there. That is one option. Next question. Acidified dichromate reacts with potassium iodide to iodine. What is the oxidation state of chromium in the products of the reaction? The potassium acidified dichromate that oxidizes potassium iodide to iodine. Potassium iodide to iodine. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಡೈಕ್ರೋಮೇಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸಸ್ potassium iodide to iodine. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಿದೆ what is the oxidation state of chromium in the products of the reaction? Dichromate. So iodide that is oxidized to iodine, it loses 2 electrons. So 2I minus. Dichromate Cr2O7 minus 2 in the presence of H plus gains 6 electrons converted into 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2. So overall equation is dichromate to 2Cr plus 3, iodide to iodine. So overall equation Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 2I minus. So this is multiplied by 3 to cancel the number of 6 electrons. So 3 into 2 means 6I minus to form 3I2 plus 2 Cr plus 3 plus 7H2. Clear? So oxidation state of chromium is plus 3. Oxidation state of chromium is. And in acid medium, dichromate oxidizes iodide to iodine, and at the same time, dichromate itself reduced to green colored chromic salt. So in chromic salt, the oxidation state of chromium is plus 3. So therefore, for the question number 51, so your answer is third one. So third option is right. In third option, plus 3 oxidation state. Clear? Next. Question number, next question. In the dichromate anion, Cr2O7 minus 2, option is all CRO bonds are equivalent, 6 CRO bonds are equivalent, 3 CRO bonds are equivalent, no bonds in Cr2O7 minus are equivalent. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈಕ್ರೋಮೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈಕ್ರೋಮೇಟ್ Cr. So here one oxygen atom. So here 1O, again Cr. So Cr, Cr, O, O. Here also O, here also O, again 1O. Clear? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ dichromate ion -2. So in this case, these two CRO bonds are identical. These two are identical, and the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 CRO bonds are identical. So all the CRO bonds are identical. 6 CRO bonds. So these are identical. Clear? ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವು ಮಾತ್ರ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಈಕ್ವಾಲೆಂಟ್. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And also these two CRO bonds are identical. So this oxynoatom, it acts as a bridge between two chromium. These two are identical, or these 6 are identical. Clear? So hence your option is, so for the question 52, second option is correct. Clear? Second option is correct for, second one is correct for question number 52. Next question. Which of the following has no unpaired electrons but is colored? But it is colored. We know that in general, ನೋಡಿ observe ಮಾಡಿ, in general, dichromate. So in dichromate, K2 Cr2O7, oxidation state of chromium is +6. So in +6, 3d0, 3d0 configuration, no unpaired electron, but it is orange red color. But it is orange red. So no unpaired electron, orange red color is potassium dichromate, and also potassium permanganate, Km NO4. That is also in this case +1 oxidation state, 3d0, and so then the oxidation state of manganese is +7. Clear? So this is pink in color. So that is why for the question number 53, so first one is right. It has no unpaired electron, but it is colored. Color is due to, color it is due to charge transfer. Charge transfer. Color is due to charge transfer. Color of KMNO4 is also due to charge transfer. Clear? So therefore for the question 53, first option is right. Next question. Which of the following lanthanide ion is paramagnetic? Which of the lanthanide ion is paramagnetic? So Ce +4, 4F0 configuration. 4F0. So ytterbium in +2 state is 4F14 configuration. Then lutetium +3 is 4F14 configuration. Uranium +2 is 4F7 configuration. So it has unpaired electron. Unpaired electron. So hence your option is right. So fourth option is correct. Third option wrong. Second option wrong. First option is also wrong. So for the question 54, fourth option is correct. Europium has exactly half-filled configuration, 4F14. Europium in +2 state, 4F7. There are 7 unpaired electrons. It is paramagnetic. Clear? Next question. Lanthanide contraction is due to increase in, ನೋಡಿ ಏನಂತ, lanthanide contraction so lanthanide contraction is due to increase in, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ ಅವರು, lanthanide contraction ಏನು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ lanthanide contraction ಆಗ್ತದೆ? Atomic number increases, right? As atomic number increases, newly added electrons entering into newly added electrons are entering into anti-penultimate 4f subshell. Clear? So with the increase in the atomic, that is right. But ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. Effective nuclear charge, that is the right answer. So for the question number 55, second one is right. So effective nuclear charge, as effective nuclear charge increases, the electrons in 4f sublevel increases, shielding effect, poor shielding effect, therefore the nuclear charge dominates, the size of the atom goes on decreases, electron cloud shrinks, size decreases, that is Lanthanide contraction due to poor shielding effect of electrons shown in f orbitals. Clear? So hence for the question number 55, second option is right. Clear? Second option is right for question number 55. Next question. Compound oxidation state shown by lanthanides in their compound Cs. So question number 56. So common oxidation state. Common oxidation state is +3. So common oxidation state in the lanthanides. In lanthanides, that is +3. So hence for the question number 56, second option is correct. Second option is correct. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ರೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಶೋನ್ ಬೈ lanthanides is +3. Clear? Noted. +3 is the common oxidation state. That is why your option is for the question 56, second option. Next, let us move on to the another question. Composition of mixed metal. Not a composition of mixed metal andre, so these are all magnesium based alloys. Mixed metal ಗೆ magnesium based alloys. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಸೊ 95% lanthanides. ನೋಡಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 57, ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. 5% lanthanide wrong, 95% actinoid wrong, 95% lanthanides, that is right. So third option, 95% lanthanides, 5% iron, and traces of sulfur, carbon, calcium, and aluminum. Sulfur, carbon, calcium, and aluminum. Clear? So third option is right for question number 57. Note, observe ಮಾಡಿ 95% lanthanides, 5% iron, traces of sulfur, carbon, aluminum, and calcium. Clear? Next question. All Cu+2 halides are known except iodide, means copper in +2 state, cupric iodide. So that is not known. Give reason. For the question number 58, so Cu+2 salts are known. Salts are known, but CuI2 is not known. Since it oxidizes, Cu+2 oxidizes iodide to iodine. So copper and iodine, 2I-. Clear? Copper +2, copper in +2 state, that oxidizes iodide to iodine. For this reason, CuI2 is not known. ಈಗ aqueous solution ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಕಾಪರ್ +2 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, iodide ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ cupric ion ಏನಿದೆ, that oxidizes iodide to iodine. So that is why your option is, so question 58, Second option is correct. Second option is cupric ion oxidizes iodide to iodine. Clear? Next question. So another question is cerium atomic number is 58 is an important member of the lanthanides. It is an important member of lanthanide. Which of the following statement about cerium is incorrect? So wrong statement ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So incorrect statement is ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾಗಾರೆ incorrect statement. The question is common oxidation state of cerium are +3 +4. The possible common oxidation state is +3 possible, and also it exists in +4 state. That's also right, because in +4 state it is a good oxidizing agent. So our question number 59 alle first option is correct, but our incorrect statement. Second, +3 oxidation state of cerium is more stable than +4 oxidation state. That is also correct. Second statement is correct. +4 oxidation state of cerium is not known in solutions. It is known. So +4 oxidation state of cerium is known. So not known ಅಂತ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ third option is wrong. That is your option. Note. +4 oxidation state of cerium is not known. +4 oxidation state of cerium is known. Cerium 4 acts as an oxidizing agent. That is also right. So hence for the question number 59, third option is correct. Clear? Next question. Match the column 1 with column 2 and mark the appropriate choice. ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. An element which can show +8 oxidation state. Observe that. For the question number 60. A. Element can show +8 oxidation state is osmium. So +8 oxidation state is osmium. So option ಏನಾದರೆ A3 ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ. So A3 ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ. A3 ಎಲ್ಲೈತೆ ಹುಡುಕ್ರಿ. So A3 is in A3. So look here, A3 is in fourth option. Clear? So A3. So not in first option A1, second option A2, third option A4, fourth option A3. So fourth option is right. So this is the in fourth option. That is correct. Next second one, +7 state is most stable oxidation state. In its oxidation is manganese. That is also right. B4. Clear? Then radioactive lanthanide is promethium. So PM means C2. That is also right. So hence for the question number 60, fourth option is correct. A3, B4, clear, and then C2, then D1. Clear? So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ fourth option is correct. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct about the stability of the complexes of lanthanides? Which of the following statement is correct? Stability of the complexes increases as the size of lanthanide decreases. This is the correct statement. Stability of the complexes decreases as the size of lanthanide decreases. That is also correct. Lanthanide do not form complexes. Yes. All the complexes of lanthanides have the same stability. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ stability increases as the lanthanides size decreases. ನೋಡಿ size decrease ಆದರೆ stability increases ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ which is the correct statement? Which of the following statement is correct ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So first option is right. Stability of the complexes increases as the size of lanthanoid decreases, right? The stability of complexes decreases, size decreases. That is wrong. Lanthanoid don't form complexes, wrong. All the complexes of lanthanoids have same stability. That is also wrong. So first option is right for question number 61. So first option is correct. So stability increases as size decreases. Clear? So for the question 61, first option is correct. Next, let us move on to another question. Which is the non-lanthanoid element? ನೋಡಿದರೆ non-lanthanoid element ಯಾವುದು? Which is the non-lanthanoid element? Lanthanum is non-lanthanoid. Yes. For the question number 62, one is non-lanthanum is non-lanthanoid. Non-lanthanoid. ಇದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಥನಾಯ್ಡ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಡಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಲುಟೇಷಿಯಂ, ಪ್ರೆಸಿಯೋಡೇಮಿಯಂ, ಪ್ರೊಮೀಥಿಯಂ, ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಥನಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್. Lanthanum is non-lanthanoid. So for the question 62, first one is correct. Next, clear? For the question 62, first option correct. Next question. Which of the following statement concerning the lanthanoid elements is false? Lanthanoid elements false ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Which of the following statements concerning the lanthanoid elements is false? ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. All lanthanoids are highly dense metals. All lanthanoids are highly dense metals. ಹೇಳಿರೋದೇನಾ? Lanthanoid is false ಅಂತಾರೆ. So first one is correct. More characteristic oxygen state of lanthanoid elements is +3. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿರೋದೇನು? false ಆಗಿರೋದು. That is the correct statement. +3 is correct. Then third statement, lanthanoids are separated from one another by ion exchange method. That is also correct. Ionic radii trivalent lanthanoids steadily increase. Ionic radii increases with increase in the atomic number. That is wrong, because lanthanoid contraction in case of trivalent positive metal ions of lanthanoids with increase in atomic number. So as the nuclear charge increases, so size decreases. Here, so ionic radii of trivalent lanthanoids steadily increase. That is wrong. So fourth option is wrong for question number 63. So let's hear the false statement. So question number 63 fourth option is correct. Clear? Next, question number 6. Next question. Consider the following statements. For the question number 64, consider the following statements. Lanthanum hydroxide is basic. That is wrong. Basic character decreases. That is why the lanthanoid hydroxide LaOH thrice is more basic. This is more basic. Zirconium and hafnium +4 possess almost the same ionic radii. That is also correct. So same ionic radii. Zn +4 and hafnium +4 state, same radii. Cerium +4 is an oxidizing agent. Cerium +4 as an oxidizing agent. So cerium +4 that acts as an oxidizing agent. Alva? Cerium +4 oxidizing agent. That is correct. Lanthanoid is least basic or least basic ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ your option is second one and third one. These are correct. Second and third one means second option is correct for question number 64. Zirconium, hafnium, almost same atomic radii, same ionic radii. Cerium +4 oxidizing agent. Clear? Second option is right. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಿದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ us move on to the another question. Identify the correct statement among the following. 4f and 5f orbitals are equally shielded. That is wrong. So for the question number 65, so first option is wrong. ಅಲ್ಲಿ false statement ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ that is correct. So incorrect statement, this is incorrect. D block element shows irregular and erratic chemical properties among themselves. That is a correct statement. Lanthanum and lutetium have partially filled d orbitals and no other partially filled orbitals, right? Plus 3 state ಅಲ್ಲಿ lanthanum and lutetium have partially filled d orbitals ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, and no other partially filled orbitals ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That is correct. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ lanthanum plus 3 lutetium plus 3 filled and no other partially filled orbitals. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದಿ ಇನ್ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಇನ್ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 4f 5e orbital 4f and 5f orbitals are equally shaded. Wrong, because 4f orbital is nearer to the nucleus when compared to 5f orbital. Clear? That is wrong statement. Second option correct. Third one is also correct. Fourth one, chemistry of various lanthanides is very similar. Various lanthanide is very similar. That is also correct. Since for the question number 65, first one is right. Next question. Actinoids in general shows more oxidation state than lanthanides. ನೋಡಿ, actinoid shows more oxidation states when compared to lanthanides. Reason is, so in lanthanoids 4f orbitals are there, 4f 5d 6s. In actinoids 5f 6d 7. Clear? ನೋಡಿ, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, main reason for this is higher energy difference between 5f and 6d orbitals than between 4f and 5d. Wrong. Lower energy difference between 5f 6d orbitals. That is the correct statement. For the question 66, second option is right. Lower energy difference between 5f and 6d orbitals than between 4f and 5d. Clear? Second option. This is the main reason, since energy difference between 5f and 6d, it becomes very much less. Hence, the electrons of both f and d orbitals are participating in chemical bond formation. Therefore, the more number of actinides series elements can entering into the formation of more number of different oxidation states. Clear? So, hence for the question number 66, second option is correct. Next question. What is the total number of inner transition elements in the periodic table? So, inner transition elements means F block elements. So, in F block 14 elements plus 14 elements, totally 28 elements. So your option is fourth option. Fourth option is right for question number 67. Totally 28, 14 elements lanthanides, 14 elements actinoids. Next question. Which of the following catalysis is not correctly matched with the reaction? ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ catalysis is not correctly matched? Vanadium pentoxide ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Vanadium 5 oxide is contact process for the oxidation of SO2 and SO3. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ವೆನೇಡಿಯಂ ಪೆಂಟಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ V2O5 ಅನ್ನ in the manufacture of sulfuric acid ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. This is correct. Finely divided iron in Haber's process is conversion of ammonia and hydrogen to ammonia. So nitrogen and hydrogen to ammonia. In the manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process, finely divided iron is used. That is also correct. Then third one, platinum chloride. So for the question number 68, platinum chloride. Note the third option. So not platinum chloride, PdCl2. PdCl2 that catalyzes the oxidation of ethylene to acetaldehyde. Ethylene to acetaldehyde. So this is correct. But platinum chloride anta kottidare, that is wrong. So hence incorrect is for the question 68, third one. Nickel in the presence of hydrogen for the conversion of vegetable oils to ghee, that is also correct. Clear? So here not platinum chloride, palladium chloride, PdCl2 that involves the oxidation of ethylene to acetaldehyde. Clear? Next. Match the column 1 with column 2 and mark the appropriate choice. ನೋಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Mixed metal. Mixed metal is alloys of lanthanoid, A2. So A2. Mixed metal alloys of lanthanoid. Ziegler attack catalyst, brass and Ziegler attack catalyst is A3. Sorry, B3. So B3. Good. A2, B3 allidaru. So A2, B3 is in second option. Second option is right for the question number 69. So second option is correct. Similarly, brass. Notice second option is there. Brass C4. C4 it is an alloy of copper and zinc. In alloy of copper and tin under branch. Hence for the question 69, second option is right. Next question. Negative part of the addendum adds on to the carbon atom of the double bond containing least number of hydrogen atoms. This rule is called negative part of the addendum. Negative part of the reagent adds on to the double bonded carbon which carries least number of hydrogen. So that is Markovnikov's rule. So for the question message day, Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov's rule. So question number 70, third option is right. Third one. Markovnikov's rule. Negative part of the reagent adds on to the double bonded carbon which carries less number of hydrogen. That is the Markovnikov's rule. Next question. Aniline reacts with sodium nitrate and HCl at 280 Kelvin gives X. X with cuprous bromide gives Y. X and Y in the reactions are aniline C6H5NH2 which reacts with sodium nitrate and HCl. Sodium nitrate and HCl. This is diazotization reaction. This is diazotization reaction to form benzene diazonium chloride. So N2 plus L minus benzene diazonium chloride. Then this benzene diazonium chloride on treatment with cuprous bromide Cu2Br. This is Sandmeyer reaction. Sandmeyer reaction. In this reaction, so N2 is eliminated, so Cl is replaced by Br. Cuprous bromide is used, hence we get bromobenzene. Bromobenzene. So benzene diazonium chloride is X, bromobenzene is Y. Therefore, X and Y are first option. So for the question number 71, so first option is correct. Clear? Note observe matter. Aniline. So this is aniline. When it is treated with sodium nitrate DiHCl, means it is subjected to diazotization reaction at 280 Kelvin, low temperature. Benzene diazonium chloride. The reaction is diazotization reaction on treatment with cuprous bromide to form bromobenzene. Bromobenzene. X and Y. X is benzene diazonium chloride. Y is bromobenzene. Clear? So first option is right for question number 71. Next question. So another question is a compound X with molecular formula C7H8 is treated with chlorine in the presence of ferric chloride. So which of the following compounds are formed during the reaction? So for the question number 72, C7H8 is toluene. So C7H8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 3, 8. So this is toluene. So when it is treated with chlorine, it is treated with chlorine in the presence of ferric chloride. So it is an example for electrophilic substitution reaction. It is an example for electrophilic substitution reaction. Since it undergoes, it is an electron donating group, the second incoming group to occupy the ortho position, orthochlorotoluene. So CH3, so Cl. This is orthochlorotoluene. And also the another one is parachlorotoluene. CH3, Cl. This is parachlorotoluene. Orthochlorotoluene and parachlorotoluene. Clear? So when toluene is treated with chlorine in the presence of ferric chloride, it is halogen carrier. Due to the presence of electron donating group, in case of toluene, it directs the second incoming group to occupy the ortho position and also para position to form ortho and parachloro derivatives. So in this case, we get orthochlorotoluene and parachlorotoluene. Hence, for the question number 72, so first option is correct. So orthochlorotoluene and parachlorotoluene, first option. So look here. So these are the two ortho and para derivatives. Clear? Next, let us move on to the another question. Alkyl halides are immiscible in water, though they are polar because. Note alkyl halides, so due to difference in electronegativity, they are polar, but they are immiscible with water. So water alli kargodilla. So ಏನು reason ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ. So we know that even though the alkyl halides are polar due to difference in the electronegativity values between the carbon and halogen, so they are polar, but they are insoluble in water. Reason is alkyl halides have inability. So alkyl halides have inability to form hydrogen bonding with water. So this is your answer. Alkyl halides cannot form. They have inability to form hydrogen bonding with water. So as a result of which, first option, they react with. So look at the first option. They react with water, gives alcohols, wrong. They cannot form hydrogen bonds with water, wrong. CX bond cannot be broken easily. They are stable compounds and are not reactive. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, they cannot form hydrogen bonds with water. So second option is correct for question number 73 because inability, they cannot form hydrogen bonds with water. Clear? So hence for the question number 73, second option is correct. Next, another question. Which of the following will have highest melting point? So highest melting point is due to close packing of particles. So highest melting point, close packed structure. Chlorobenzene, orthodichlorobenzene, metadichlorobenzene. Your option is paradichlorobenzene. Fourth option is right. So para-dichlorobenzene is a symmetrical structure. So it has a symmetrical structure. So that is why it has the highest melting point. Hence for the question number 74, fourth option is right. Clear? Due to symmetrical structure, para-dichlorobenzene is, it has high melting point. Clear? Next, let us move on to the another question. Ethyl alcohol is obtained when ethyl chloride is boiled with. Ethyl chloride, CH3, CH2Cl. It is treated with alcoholic KOH, it undergoes dehydrogenation. So when it is treated with aqueous KOH, or with moist silver oxide Ag2O, ethyl chloride is converted into ethanol. Ethyl chloride is converted into ethanol. Clear? So your option is second option. So second option is right for question number 75. Clear? Observe madre. Ethyl chloride, it reacts with aqueous KOH or with moist silver oxide. Ethyl chloride is converted into ethyl alcohol. So your option is second option is correct for question number 75. Next, let us move on to the another question. Which of the following alkyl halides hydrolysis with aqueous KOH at fastest rate? So it is an example for nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. So nucleophilic substitution reaction fast rate ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ. So nucleophilic substitution reaction is fast rate ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ, faster rate. Second one is so towards nucleophilic substitution reactions, towards nucleophilic substitution reactions, the order of reactivity. So iodides are more reactive than, or in general alkyl iodides more reactive than bromides, which are more reactive than chlorides and chlorides. So for the given halogen, for the given alkyl group, iodides are more reactive than bromides, chlorides and fluorides. So for the given among the different halogens, so iodides are more reactive than bromides, which are more reactive than chlorides, and chlorides. First one is chloride, second one chloride, third one chloride, fourth one is secondary alkali. Then among these, 3-degree alkyl halides are more reactive than 2-degree alkyl halides, which are more reactive than 1-degree alkyl halides. Clear? So among the given alkyl halides, tertiary alkylates are more reactive than secondary than primary. So since fourth option, it is the secondary alkyl bromide. So this is more reactive. So fourth option is right. Clear? Now observe madre. Nucleophilic substitution reaction agಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ alkalides, bromides, chlorides, this is the order of reactivity for the given alkyl group. Alkyl group same ಇದ್ದಾಗ hydrides more reactive than bromides, chlorides. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ different halogen atom is attached to the nature of carbon atom. Tertiary alkylates are more reactive than secondary than primary. So in the given option, first one is primary, second one primary, third one primary, fourth one is secondary. Hence, secondary alkyl bromides are more reactive. Clear? Since for the question number 76, fourth option is correct. Next, let us move on to the another question. Order of reactivity of various alkyl halides towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. Towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. For the question number 77. So towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. So what is the order of reactivity? So look here. So order of reactivity towards nucleophilic substitution reaction is alkyl halides are more reactive than bromides, chlorides and fluorides. Clear? So your option is first option. Halides are more reactive than bromides. So bromides are more reactive than chlorides than fluorides. So first option is right for question number 77. Clear? Next, another question. Identify the products A and B in the reaction is RX plus AgCN. It is a covalent compound. Therefore, it attacks to alkyl halide like this to form RNC, alkyl isocyanide and AgX. So this is A. A is alkyl isocyanide. Then RX with potassium cyanide. This is ionic compound. So nucleophile is cyanide ion attached to alkyl group to form RCN, alkyl isocyanide and KX. Alkyl isocyanide and KX. Sorry, alkyl cyanide and KX. AB. A is isocyanide, B is cyanide. So look at the given options. A is isocyanide. So here in this third option, A is isocyanide, B is alkyl cyanide. Clear? Isocyanide ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎರಡು isocyanide ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ second option. So here this is the second option. The second one, third one. So here your option is RNC. A is RNC, B is RCN. ನೋಡಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 78 ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 78 ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ನೋಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ರೈಟ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1, 3, 2, 4 ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 1, 3. ಸೊ ಅದ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ರೈಟ್. Next, another question. Butane nitrile can be prepared by heating. Butane nitrile can be prepared by heating. ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬ್ಯೂಟೇನ್ ನೈಟ್ರೈಲ್ can be prepared by heating propyl alcohol with KCN. So butane nitrile, totally 4 carbon atoms with the cyanide group. So butane nitrile is like this. Butane nitrile, CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl. This is butane nitrile. So butane nitrile, it is formed by the reaction between propyl chloride, CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide. This K and Cl eliminated as KCl, CH3, CH2, CH2, Cn. So this is butane nitrile is obtained. Clear? Butane nitrile is obtained. So your option is, ನೋಡಿ, propyl chloride with KCN, fourth option. This is propyl chloride with KCN. So fourth option is right for question number 79. Clear? Next, 80. A Grignard reagent. Next question. A Grignard reagent, very useful starting compound for a number of organic reactions, can be prepared by reaction of alkyl halide with a solution of magnesium hydroxide is wrong. Reaction of alkyl halide with dry magnesium powder in the presence of dry ether. So for the question number 80, so alkyl halides with magnesium powder in the presence of dry ether to form RMgX. This is the Grignard reagent. So Grignard reagents, say they look at the second option. So in the second option, reaction of alkyl halide with magnesium metal in the presence of dry ether. Totally ಏನಂತ second option ಇದೆ, alkyl halide, reaction of alkyl halide with dry magnesium in the presence of dry ether gives Grignard reagent. So our option is second one. Third option, reaction of magnesium chloride with ether and alcohol wrong. Reaction of alkyl halides with magnesium in the presence of alcohol is also wrong. Fourth one is wrong. Second one is correct. Clear? Next, let us move on to the another question. Which of the following statement regarding SN1 reaction shown by alkyl halides is not correct? So which of the following statement regarding SN1 reaction shown by alkyl halides is not correct? Note, added nucleophile plays no kinetic role in SN1 reaction. ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So that is correct statement. Which of the following statement regarding SN1 reaction by alkyl halide is not correct? But in the first option, added nucleophile plays no kinetic role in SN1 reaction, because in case of SN1 reaction rate depends only on the concentration of alkyl halide, tertiary alkylides, not on the nucleophile. So no kinetic role of nucleophile, that is correct option. Second one is, the SN1 reaction involves the inversion configuration of the optically active substrate. That is wrong. SN1 reaction involves the inversion configuration of the optically active substrate. So this is for SN2 reaction. So hence second option is wrong. That is the not correct statement. So ಏನಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, in case of SN1 reaction, it involves the inversion of configuration of optically active substrate that is observed only in case of SN2 reaction. So in the third one, SN1 reaction on chiral starting material ends up with a racemization of the product. So that is correct. In case of SN1 reaction, that leads to the formation of racemization. Clear? So the nucleophilic attack to the planar carbocation either from any direction results in the formation of two products. Results in the formation of two products. It's clear. Third one is right. Fourth one is more stable carbocation intermediate, faster is the SN1 reaction. That is also correct. In any chemical reactions, more the stable reaction intermediates form, faster is the rate of reaction. So hence for the question number 81, second one is not correct. Clear? Next. Another question. Alkyl halide is converted into an alcohol by alkyl halide RX. It is converted into alcohol by elimination reaction, dehydrogenation, addition and substitution. So if we consider the aqueous KOH, X and K eliminated as KX, so this is a nucleophile which attached to positively charged carbon atom of alkyl halide. It is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is the substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. Clear? So your option is fourth one is right for question number 82. It is an example for nucleophilic substitution reaction. In general, substitution reaction. Hagage fourth option is right for question number 82. Next question. Mixture of 1 chloropropane and 2 chloropropane when treated with alcoholic KOH, it gives so 1 chloropropane CH3 CH2 CH2 Cl. This is 1 chloropropane and 2 chloropropane CH3 CHCl CH3. So when it is heated with alcoholic KOH, when it is heated with alcoholic KOH, dehydrohallucination. So here K takes up this Cl. So here it is beta hydrogen H plus. It is like this. So form KCl plus H2O plus CH3 CH double bond CH. So this is propene. Propene. Similarly, when 2 chloropropane, so this is the beta hydrogen. So it is also heated with alcoholic KOH. This H eliminated as H plus, which combines with OH minus, H plus and OH minus water. At the same time, this Cl eliminated as Cl minus combines with K plus to form KCl to give potassium chloride, water, and along with the formation of propene, CH3CH double bond CH2, propene. So in both the cases, propene is obtained. In both the cases, propene is obtained. So hence your option is prop 1 is obtained in both the cases, prop 1A. So your option is for the question number 83, first option is right. Clear? Next. Another question is mixture of 2 haloalkanes was treated with sodium metal in ether solutions. So after the reaction, product formed was 2-methyl propane. Two haloalkanes present in the mixture were. So what are the two haloalkanes so present in the mixture? So mixture of two haloalkanes was treated with sodium metal in ether solution. After the reaction, the product was found to be 2-methyl propane. So 2-methyl propane is CS3, CHCS3, CS3. So this is 2-methyl propane. 2-methyl propane. So if 2-methyl propane is obtained, that is possible only when, so by combining two alkyl halides. So this is one alkyl group and this is the another alkyl group. Two alkyl groups are joined. So look here, CH3, CH3, Cl. When it is heated with sodium metal along with methyl chloride in the presence of dry ether medium. In the presence of dry ether medium. So here this Cl and Na eliminated as NaCl to form this product. Note observe ಮಾಡಿ. So 2-methyl propane is the product. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಅಲ್ಕೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ಐಸೋಪ್ರೋಪೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್, ಅದರ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ methyl group. That is why this compound should obtain from isopropyl chloride and methyl chloride. So this is isopropyl chloride and methyl chloride. Methyl chloride. Clear? So hence your option is, so 2-chloropropane and 1-chloromethane. So this is 2-chloro, 1, 2, 3, or 2-chloropropane. 2-chloropropane. This is chloromethane. 2-chloropropane, chloromethane. Clear? So second one is, first option is the right for question number 84. So for the question number 84, first one is right. Clear? Next question. So another question is, in SN2 reactions, the sequence of bond breaking and bond formation is as follows. In SN2 reactions, sequence of bond breaking and bond formation as follows. So bond breaking is followed by bond formation, that is wrong. Bond formation is followed by bond breaking, wrong. Bond breaking and bond formation are simultaneously. So for the question number 85, so bond breaking and bond formation occurs simultaneously. So bond breaking and bond formation occurs simultaneously. Bond breaking and bond formation occurs simultaneously. Hence for the question number 85, third option is correct. Third one is correct. Clear? Hence your option is third one. Next question. Aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reactions as compared to alkyl halides due to. Aryl halides are less reactive towards the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Clear? Towards the nucleophilic substitution reactions. So it is due to, when compared to alkyl halides, formation of less stable carbonimine in aryl halides, wrong. Resonance stabilization in aryl halides, presence of double bonds in alkyl halides, inductive effect in alkyl halides. ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅರೈಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೈಡ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ ಅರೈಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೈಡ್ಸ್ resonance stabilization is preserved. So in case of aryl halides, so lone pair of electrons, it is like this. So look here, negative charge. So double bond Cl plus. So here there is a resonance concept. Hence, resonance stabilization is observed in case of aryl halides. Therefore, second option is right for the question number 86. Resonance stabilization in aryl halides. Clear? Next question. Grignard reagents are formed by the reaction of alkyl halides by warming. By warming. Question number 87. Grignard reagents are formed. Grignard reagents means RMGX. These are formed by warming alkyl halides with magnesium powder in the presence of dry ether medium. In the presence of dry ether medium. Clear? So alkyl halides. So with magnesium metal in the presence of dry ether gives RMGX. So hence your option is second option. Magnesium in the presence of dry ether. Magnesium in the presence of dry ether. Hence for the question number 87, second option is correct. Second option is correct. Clear? Next. Let us move on to another question. Arrange the following alkyl halides in the order of dehydrohalogenation. In the order of dehydrohalogenation. So in general, the alkyl halides on heating with alcoholic KOH. Alkyl halides on heating with alcoholic KOH. So we know that alkyl iodides are more reactive than bromides, than chlorides, and least reactive fluorides. So hence for the question number 88, the iodide, bromide, chloride, fluoride, second option is correct. So this is the general statement. The order of reactivity of various alkyl halides towards dehydrohalogenation. So toward dehydrogenation, iodides are more reactive than bromides, than chlorides, than fluorides. So hence your option is the second option for the question number 88. Clear? Next question. Which of the following statement is not correct about SN2 reactions of alkyl halides? SN2 reactions of alkyl halides. First option. Nucleophile attacks the carbon from the side opposite to where the leaving group is attached. So that is the correct option. Nucleophile attacks the carbon from the side opposite to where the leaving group is attached. This is correct statement, but our kelidenu not correct. Second one, bond formation, bond breaking takes place in one step. So that is also correct. Third one, rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of nucleophile. In case of SN2 reaction, rate depends on both. That's also correct. SN2 mechanism is predominant in tertiary alkyl halides, not SN2, SN1. So SN1 reaction is predominant in SN1 mechanism is predominant. So in 3 degree alkyl halides. But our SN2 anta kodidare, that is wrong. For the question number 84, fourth option is wrong. Clear? So observe madre. First option ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. The fourth option SN2 reaction is predominant ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That is wrong. SN1 is predominant towards the nucleophilic substitution reaction, particularly in case of alkyl, tertiary alkyl halides. Clear? Next, last question. Tertiary alkyl halides are practically inert due to substitution by SN2 mechanism because. So tertiary alkyl halides, 3-degree alkyl halides, 3-degree alkyl halides are practically inert. So these are inert, practically inert due to substitution by SN2 mechanism. Tertiary. So because of steric hindrance. So due to steric hindrance. Due to steric hindrance. Clear? So the nucleophilic attack, it is very difficult to attack the carbocation. So from the side opposite to that as well as towards the or in the side of nucleophile. Is it clear? Now tertiary alkyl halides are practically inert towards SN2. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ tertiary alkyl halides ಅಲ್ಲಿ bulky groups ಇದೆ. Space is not sufficient to attack the carbon from the side opposite that of halogen due to steric hindrance. Hence your option is second option. Second option is right for question number 90. It's clear? So this is for the question number 90. Second option is right. Clear? Okay. So next class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ